everyone. My name is Dr. Tina Jordan. I am a professor slash administrator at Sacramento State University. And I wanted to come here today to compel you to look at a symbol of value that's from West Africa. And this symbol of value will help us as human beings to better understand what it is that we need to do for humanity when we're talking about looking at cultural competence and how we see everyone in our world. Many of us may think that some cultures may not deserve as much attention as other cultures. But I'm here to tell you today it's really important. And one value that really shows its worth is the Sankofa bird. Now, many of you might not have heard of the Sankofa bird, but it's from West Africa, from Ghana to be exact. And I love this image of the West African Ghana bird. They say it's mythological, but it really appears everywhere. Even in the initial movie that it came out, it was called the Sankofa. So if I can share my screen with you properly, I will show you what the Sankofa bird looks like. This is the Sankofa bird. It is a bird that is beautiful. It's green and yellow. It's a symbol of restoration of identity and values. The primary focus of the Sankofa bird says the value go back to your past and collect what is important so you move forward in the future with positive energy and positive ideas to make your life whole. Explore the past and current cultural values and the role of intercultural competence. So I look at the Sankofa bird on a daily basis. My earrings are the Sankofa bird. My bracelet is a Sankofa bird because it resonates with me every time I see it to remind myself of the past. West African ancestral values that are embodied in the Adinkra symbol, and it represents the inherent philosophical thinking and approaches in living. So just recently, I traveled in 2019 to Ghana, and everywhere you look, there is a symbol, a Adinkra symbol. And this is Dinker symbol, the Sankofa bird, is widely used in the clothing, on blankets. It is even on buildings, in the jewelry, everything, because people want to be reminded of their value. And so the Sankofa helps us to not only understand our identity, but conception of ourself and others. So understanding who I am culturally is really important if you're sitting next to someone in a classroom or in a job. How do I know when you have to, for example, pray? Or how do I know as a human being that I have a certain religion that I adhere to because of my cultural values? It's important to understand the Sankofa bird because it helps you to develop relationships with others and studies cultural norms of others. And also, it demonstrates efficacy, facilitation skills, that I'm aware of my audience, that I'm aware that some people may not be visual learners. I'm aware that some groups of people may not be able to hear or have the ability to talk to one another because of language differences. So for me, if I look at the Sankofa first tenet of cultural competence, it reminds me that everyone in the room may not have the same culture, but may look to the past for the values they can move forward in. So one thing we all should know is what is culture and why is that important? Many of us might live in American society and not notice that we're swimming in the water, but we can't see what we're doing because our perspective is one. We're socialized as European American values if we live in America. And people who are involved in everyday activities, in fact, are enculturated. Think of you as a child with your family. What did you do to become a part of that family culture together? For me, it was Michael Jackson, ABCs. I was in my own singing group, right? I was in a singing group called the Three Shades of Color. And it was three of us young ladies that sang together. We were different shades of black. But I'm just telling you this because we were friends and we acculturate each other into the music world, with the backdrop of Michael Jackson music. There are different ways that people acculturate each other into this world today. And some of them may be some that you already know. You can think of certain cultural groups. They often wear the same, have the same rituals. People have symbols or uniforms. I mean, you can think of what, the Boy Scouts? They probably have cultural groups. So that's the way we talk about when we talk about the Sankofa bird, is that we identify what our culture is and our cultural value. Now, I want to just go one piece further because I love these Adinkra signs and they all symbolize something in a non-Western perspective. The symbol of adaptability, learning how to adapt to create inclusivity among people is the most important piece of this intercultural framework. So the Dimkim is the crocodile, and you see it explores cultural and sustaining behaviors. So we learn and are reminded on a daily basis. So the crocodile is noted for its ability to adjust in land. The crocodile adaptability represents cultural competence that supports mainstream learning. So this is the end of my talk for you today. I just wanted to note there are three symbols of Adinkra, but always remember the Sankofa because it's the most important to me when it comes to cultural competence and learning about each other as we grow. Thank you very much.